Alright, so this is part 3, technically. The bronze Hammond. He's up to 1100 now. I think he started at 700 when he first gave us a VOD. So, that was a little under a month ago. Or maybe about a month ago or so. That's an insane jump. He's making really good progress, honestly. He's making a lot of good progress. Okay. So I believe he's 1100 in this video. The 1100 Hammond. He is making his climb. And he's got the jack-o'-lantern skin. He's a true Hammond player. We'll skip ahead. Look at these mechanics, Pog. You made the full fucking 180, or whatever you would call that, all the way around here. Hey, Fajita, how you doing, buddy? Best skin. It really is best skin, Pog.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Also, let me pause this really quickly. Unfortunately, no tab here. It looks like Mercy, Zen, Rhine, Reaper, May? Is it a May over there? Yes, it's a May.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Action
Okay.
objective A.
So the pretty good rollout. Got off the high ground. It's doing damage. I would go for a health pack here at this point, just because, you know, you are playing in bronze. Your supports probably aren't going to be able to know that you're low, even if you hit X at this point, which typically is what you're going to want to do, is let people know you're low. So where you're right here, I just dropped down. There's a health pack down here, if you didn't know that. Just drop down, roll through it, because once this high ground's up here taken, it's just mostly for scouting, and then you can move on from there. So then you go in the next fight at 600. Hammond's really good at getting health packs, because he just takes so much damage. So don't be afraid to roll around and look for some health packs. Pretty good. Get in, get out, staying alive. There's a Reinhardt in your spawn.
I'm just wait back here for you guys to push in.
You gotta get out of there. Recognize it. Pretty good. See, the thing is here is if your team's having a hard time breaking through here, don't be afraid to just roll past. So like you kind of do it here, but not really. Don't be afraid to just roll past. Like get behind them because you're so quick, right? And if you know where the health packs are on the map, if you don't know where the health packs are, like go around to the maps and just learn them really quickly. It shouldn't take you too long. Roll through to like back here, you know, so you're like kind of far away from the Reinhardt, who's up here, so he can't hit you, and you'll be like near this wall, and just start shooting at him. So it's like someone over here, which is where most of them are, is going to have to come over here to start hurting you. And if you start taking damage, you just roll over to the point where I'll pull up something that's a little bit better. Okay. So let's say your little Hammond ass is there no Hammond for this? There is. Okay, there he is. You're over here shooting at their Reinhardt, who's over here. And then let's say their Diva comes over here and starts shooting at you, and you start taking damage. You just roll away over to here, get this health pack. Either roll over here and do some damage, roll up top and come over here and do some damage, roll over here and do some damage. There's a lot you can do here, just because they're not going to be playing very coordinated as it is bronze. So don't be afraid to do something a little out of the ordinary here and go in the behind them. So you kind of do it there with that slam, but you get out again to regroup with your team, which, you know, I wouldn't be too afraid of just going in. This Junkrat's isolated if you're able to kill him. Your aim is much better than it was like a month ago. Much better. See right here, you're pretty low. Only 300. Right around this point where here, once you get out of this fight, don't be afraid to go over in here and just go get a health pack really quick. It'll bring you back up to almost 600. And you'll be good to go fighting again. That is key. You actually just did it right there. That was really good. You haven't done much of that of this move right here, which is one of the most powerful moves, if not the most powerful move of Hammond, which is why he's good against goats. So this right here, that's phenomenal. You should try to do that more often. Not even just because he's a 1 HP target, or where he was 1 HP at the moment, but just doing that in general. So like, let's say that they're all grouped up at choke. Let's go back here. Like, that's a little too far back. like right here, you know, where they're really grouped up. If you just roll through here really fast while speeded, and you do some decent damage, but you get a lot of ult charge with that. So, yeah, so don't be afraid to just roll straight through them, because your 600 HP and your E can give you up to 900. Or I think it's 900 or 1200. Either way, you'll be fine. You'll be 100% fine. You'll be doing a lot of displacement. Like right there, rolls like that are really good. So you just did one right there, but like it was the good kill on the hog too. This is just nice. Yeah, I think up to 1200. What do you mean by up to 1200?
They're low.
Oh, you're up to 1200 SR? So you climbed up again? Nice. Right there, that's great. That's phenomenal. You can actually double hit with that. So like, you know how like you kind of really rolled into them and they kind of went flying and you hit this wall? If you had actually kept on this path right here, you can hit someone twice with the same momentum hit. It just, they have to like settle for a second. It's weird, but it is possible. Just, you know. These things to keep in mind. It's gonna be a good slam. Good slam. So target priority here, I would probably go for the Brigida. Actually, now you gotta go for the soldier. But don't be afraid to use your... So you're going for the health pack here, which is actually pretty good. But you have enough health. You don't need the health pack right now. When did you get the Hammond ult? Oh, okay, you got it after the slam. Okay.
Alright, we need to regroup now.
Yeah. That unfortunately was a lost fight when you used the Hammond ult. You guys should have taken that already. So this is one of those times you just gotta get out. So you stayed a little too long there. You stayed way too long. You know, when you stay that long, you just kind of end up feeding 600 ult charge. Or 600 HP worth of ult charge. So your team was right there when they were like, oh, we gotta regroup. They were right, because they were all dead. You weren't gonna win that. This is good. So go for the Moira first. Nice. When you get a target frozen like this, right, where you know you can't really miss because you know he's frozen, he's standing still. Always shoot for the head. You know, you're always gonna do much more damage if you shoot here than what you'll shoot here. If this is like, you know, when you're fighting and stuff, this is fine. But when they're standing still, like frozen like this, try to make it a priority to try to shoot to the head. Because Hammond does a lot of damage with his headshots for a tank. It was a good attempt. If you'd actually hit the rollout in there, you probably would have made it out, but I think you were mostly dead there.
60 seconds.
Speed reached. Join me.
That's pretty good. I would stay up top there and just keep firing, because you don't need the slam yet. Now your team is up. Well, now you're even.
Heroes never die.
You want to go in here with this Valk. So it's another good hit right there. Another mines. There's actually a pretty good zoning mine. You knocked the Reinhardt off? Pog you? Focus fire the hog together. Pog. Good take.
Good cap, guys.
I would actually stay here, stay on point and let your team go up, because you're so quick, you don't need to go up fast. I would tell your team to either go up right now.
Objective A. Commence attack on objective B.
Alright, so you want to let them all get ready. But don't be afraid to peek choke there and just start doing a little bit of damage. Go on swinging. I like it. Alright, so your Reinhardt's shattered, so you want to go in and, right when you hear that shatter come down. Right? When you hear this... Oh, hang on. One more second. That's what you kind of want to go in, to just back him up, because he's committed. It's a mistake on his part, but you might be able to help him out. Which is one of the biggest roles of a tank, is just being able to assist your team. Hammond's mostly is just assist is to take damage. Really? Oh, this is a good chase. This is a good chase on the hog. You give up on them. Why do you give up? Unless he started to take his vape, I wouldn't give up on that. Because you could probably secure that kill. Also, your team is pretty much dead here. Actually, they are dead.
Because you gotta wait for the team to.
Your team is right. Unfortunately, in 2CP, especially in 2CP, so 2CP is the maps where you capture one first point and then have to capture a second point. These are the ones that you need to be like really grouped up in. I just wanted to focus on point. I guess he had heal, so he wasn't really out of the fight. Well, more or less, mostly just because I'm assuming that he probably just, you know, didn't totally recognize that he was in so much danger, because he didn't go to take a bait. We couldn't actually see that or not, so we're not sure if he was going to have heals. But chasing a target kill is not always a bad thing. Right now, though, the next thing I want for you so far is because you've actually really improved your mechanics quite a bit. I would, definitely want to stay on the soldier there until he drops the biotic field. When he drops the biotic field, that's probably when you want to start to kind of back off, which you do. So that's good. A little bit of tunnel vision with the wanting to go for hooks. That's okay. My biggest thing for you so far, for next time, what I want to see, because every time you've given me one, I want something new. I think I want to see you start to wait for your team a little bit more, and just start to look around. Right? Like, before you go in, just take a second to do a 360 and see where your team is and where you are. And if you're alone, then it's not the time to go. Or it's not the time to ult. Like, right there, I know your team is not alive. There's nobody there who can back you up. So the mines end up not really doing anything.
We're all back here.
Right? It sounds like one of your teammates actually kind of knows, like, the whole, you know, we gotta be grouped up thing. They are in bronze, so maybe their mechanics are really bad, but your mechanics have significantly improved here. So from my except for you, is starting to be more aware of your own team versus the enemy team. Because, you know, you seem really like, you're getting a lot of, like, tunnel vision going for kills, which is stuff we can work on later. For now, I'd rather just see you secure the kills. But, next would probably be just seeing what your team's up to, and being able to combo a little bit more with your team. Just, you know, you don't have to combo ults and whatnot. Are we gonna get that soldier? Oh no, unlucky. Unlucky. Because you're doing a lot of damage. I think you have gold damage, gold kills, right? Yeah, you do. Look at you. You're killing it over here. You're killing everybody on your team. The only thing is that your team's not here. So even right there, your team's not doing as well as you. Like, you're doing a lot more damage, you're doing a lot more staying alive. Good melee, very good melee. Right there, they actually almost took the point with just them, not with you, because they were all together. So if you think about it, if you were with them for some of these fights and being able to provide, like, you know, what you're providing, the more damage, you know, the more, like, knockbacks, stuff like that, then you might be winning some of these fights. But unfortunately, though, because you're going alone almost every time, it's hard for them to be able to win this without you. Or it's hard for you to win it without them. That's pretty much what it is. It's not. You would pretty much be the main focus here, because you're doing the best on your team, I would say. You know, supports are Mercy Zen, so you don't have a lot of heals. So, you know, you're doing a pretty good job of staying alive, all things considered. And you're doing a lot of damage. It's just they're not there to help you. Especially with 2CP spawns being so close. If your team wasn't there, let's say your team didn't exist, and the enemy team couldn't hurt you, you couldn't kill them fast enough for them to respawn. Like, they would always have somebody respawning by the time you killed 2 or 1. Saying that they just could walk around and not shoot you, couldn't hurt you, and you had no teammates, you would never be able to take the point. That's why everyone hates 2CP. So if you're scouting here, I'd like to see you just start telling your team what they're running, because this is actually a pretty good scout. You just saw Hanzo, but, you know, didn't actually see him. I'm actually going to give you a little piece here. If you want to do this kind of like crazy, try to get some kills rollout, try starting it from over on this side and waiting for the timer. So when this hits about 5 seconds, like 4 to 5 seconds, like 356, 355. Roll towards this ledge, but be careful, obviously, not to roll off, and you'll probably knock someone off. My old duo queue partner is a Reddit Lucio, and he used to come off the top ropes up here and come and boot people off at this point. So it is possible. So if that's what you're trying to do, I like the effort.
Oh no, Ren. Where are you going?
Your Ryan's in deep too. He needs help. There it is. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That was beautiful. I'm not sure if you intentionally went to go help your Ryan, but look at this. Get the 4K. Get the 4K. Melee her. Go and melee her. Melee her. Oh no. Didn't recognize it fast enough. Unlucky. You gotta get out of here. You're too low of HP. But if you're gonna go for the health pack, oh, Hanzo already took it. Look at you. You gotta get out of here. You're way too low to be taking this fight. You're gonna get punished. Oh no. Really, you got a little overconfident there. Think of it this way, right? You want to be the best player on your team at all times. Like you want to don't want to think of yourself as the hard carry, but you want to think of yourself as like, okay, I'm going to be able to do all of these things that'll win us the game that my team's probably not going to be able to do. So I have to support them and what they need, what they can do, and while at the same time accomplishing my goal. So it's like they're all at the choke, which is kind of where they're supposed to be, and you're really deep. So you being really deep is not really the best place to be, just as a general rule of thumb, unless your whole team is with you. Yeah, Hanzo was chilling in luxury. I don't know what he was doing in there.
They got it.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
Come out and face me.
They're all going
Definitely
down.
still though need a little bit of, if we're just talking like mechanical critiques at all, a little bit of improvement on the roll, the straight rolls, because sometimes like you lose your momentum. But that Heart of the Mercy was actually pretty good. Yeah, those like right there, like you kind of lose momentum there for a second and don't let go of your hook in time. It's actually pretty big. You gotta finish off this diva though. You gotta recognize that she's low and start shooting at her. Because you do a lot of damage with your guns, which is why you actually have gold damage probably here, not from your slams and whatnot. But your guns do a lot of damage if they're going contested. And so, that diva was one-shot kill after your mines. You just gotta go for that kill. Like, if you tunnel vision on her, fine, as long as you kind of get her. Just because it ends up being worth it. Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, that's unlucky. You go for the kill, or if the hit on the Reinhardt, but he gets the fucking health pack. Unlucky. Your Zen's gonna walk into this. That's Zen! Who is your Zen? Who is your Zen? What is his name? I must know his name. Death Frost. Death Frost. I hope to see you in here one day. That's a huge Pepe hands for Death Frost.
Play of the game.
Pog you with the play of the game. Big!
Triple kill.
That was pretty pog. Okay. So for you, as always, we give you like one good thing to work on. I think it's just be aware of your team, you know. Just before you go in, I'm not kidding. Like if you were right here, just turn your camera and start looking around. Like turn around and look to see where your team is. Just look. This is a large hamster play. It was a large hamster play. Just turn around and look around. Just see who is in your vicinity here and go from there. I guarantee if you can turn around and see that there's nobody behind you or one person behind you versus turning around and looking that there's 4 people behind you when you go in, will make a huge difference in your play. Because you did a lot of damage here. You did a lot of work. You did a lot of work here on Hammond. You've come a long way with your mechanics and whatnot in such a short time. So I'd say 1 more month tops. We have you silver. Sound like a plan? 1 more month tops. As long as you keep playing the game, keep following these stuff. Always do another one next week if you want, because I love doing this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite project so far, honestly. But yeah, definitely look around. Start to be aware where your team is, and if I can start to get you to there, then we can start going a little bit more in depth with stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see it next week or week after, or at least just tell me in Discord, because I like following this one. I have a lot of fun with it.